Outside and see those fall colors. It finally is going to feel like fall.
Here's a fun fact. When I worked in North Dakota, they had never heard of the term leaf peeping.
Really? Because they
you know what that is?
Yeah, no,
okay.
I mean.
Well, and when I think back to it, it makes sense now because up in that part of the country, the Northern Plains, there are very few trees. It's all prairies. It's all grassland. So they don't get a lot of foliage up there. I mean, they do in Minnesota, where it gets, more cover with the canopy. But up there, blank stares when I would say that. Leaf peeping and all of that.
But people
like,
love it here. We get some beautiful, beautiful colors.
Absolutely we do. It's coming. I promise everyone. We'll talk more about that in about a half hour about the fall colors. I've got a special map I'm going to show everybody. So, but first we'll get to Fayetteville, where today in Fayetteville, it was another above average day, back into the 90s, flirting with that record of 96 set back in 1953. There's the Garrison Avenue Bridge in Fort Smith, where things are very quiet. You can see construction continues. They'll be finished with this by the end of the year. 92 in Fort Smith today, 4 off the record. Now, pretty soon, we're not going to be anywhere near record highs by the time we get to the other side of the work week. We won't have to worry about that. But there are a couple things we have to worry about this week. One of them is not the quiet and peaceful weather we're going to have Monday and Tuesday for the most part. After that, everything changes. We're watching the potential for some pretty heavy rainfall to move in here, mostly Wednesday and into Thursday, and then some leftover showers on Thursday. And then that really cooler air pours into the region as we get toward the end of the week. And you can see our rain chances here. Tuesday, most daylight hours of Tuesday will be dry. Don't worry about it. Tuesday night into Wednesday, that's when the rain starts. Really rains on Wednesday, continues and eases on Thursday before we are dry to wrap up the work week. Temperatures right now, 67 at Drake Field in Fayetteville. Good evening, Bella Vista at 68. Berryville out in gorgeous Carroll County is at 75. 79 in Fort Smith and Pecola, but 10 degrees cooler in the higher elevations of Leflore County, Worcester and Poto, both at 69. Big picture, it's nice and quiet. There's the cold front that we're going to keep an eye on that's going to slowly march its way in our direction and bring us that cooler fall air. But out ahead of it, it's pretty warm, but not as humid, thankfully. That's the one saving grace. Like I said, Monday and Tuesday will be fine. We're starting the hour-by-hour Tuesday evening because that's when things will start to deteriorate. And you can see here in the overnight hours, here comes the rainfall. Scattered showers most likely developing into a widespread heavy to moderate rainfall. Showers of varying intensity as well. A wet Wednesday morning commute as you head to work and school. And this rain continues for most of our Wednesday, all ahead of that cold front that's going to provide enough lift, and the atmosphere is going to be juicy enough to wring out as much moisture as possible. And there could be pockets of heavy rainfall in there as well. Not worried about severe weather. This is mainly a rain and a flash flooding event, and it's going to take until Thursday afternoon and evening for everything to start to push off to the south and the east. We're already under a slight risk for excessive rainfall Wednesday through Thursday. That's concerning this far out. This is rainfall that's heavy enough to exceed flash flood guidance because we're going to get several inches of rain Wednesday and Thursday, on the order of 1 to 2 inches, maybe more than that. So keep that in mind if you've got plans middle of the week. 60s tonight, and then we'll have highs tomorrow. Another warm day back up into the 80s, but really no 90s. We're slowly cooling down. Notice tomorrow we're in the mid-80s, then the lower 80s, and then we really start to drop off as we get into the middle part of the week. Once the rain and everything wraps up, the sun returns, but the cooler weather sticks around. Lows mid to upper 40s for the weekend. And we may still be a little bit too conservative on some of those numbers. River Valley about the same thing. A wet middle part of the week before much cooler seasonal fall air returns by the end of the week. Stay with us. Cameron Johnson's walking into the studio right now. She's got your weekend sports report after we check these commercial messages.